Says here you claim to be suffering from exploding teeth syndrome. Well, that's not a real medical condition, sir, so open wide and let's take a look. Oh no.
Hey kids, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, and that you are having a great day. And in today's video, I wanted to sit back, relax, and have a conversation with you guys about Star Wars Unlimited. And yes, I know you guys are probably sick of hearing me talk about this card game and doom posting about it, but I like to follow up on the conversations I'm having with you guys from time to time, and Star Wars Unlimited, I think, is an interesting topic to talk about, mainly because of what they're doing with regards to their collector boosters, their carbonite boosters, as they call it. So, as you guys know, I have my misgivings about the Star Wars Unlimited card game, and I have voiced my apprehensions regarding their adoption of Wizards of the Coast's box policy with regards to their carbonite boosters, which are, again, for all intents and purposes, just the Star Wars version of collector booster boxes. They are a more expensive product that technically has better, more premium, more sought-after pulls, and I think I've said before that I think products like that will cannibalize your sealed offerings and overall do more damage to the game than it does more harm than help, I suppose is the sentence I was trying to say there. From time to time, I like to check in on TCG Player, a month or so after a set's release. I just like to see how well it's doing, especially if the game in particular has been on my radar, and Star Wars Unlimited has been on my radar. The most recent set was Jump to Lightspeed, the set where they first adopted these carbonite boosters, if I recall correctly. I think this was the first one. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I digress. It's been out for about 2 months now, and I decided to check in this week just to see how those boxes are doing. And look, kids, I hate to tell you, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. And obviously this could change in the near future, but right now things are not looking great for the normal booster boxes for Jump to Lightspeed. So here's the hard and quick facts. There are, at the time of recording, about 400, a little over 400 available boxes of the normal booster boxes for Jump to Lightspeed. They're selling for $69, $70. Let's say $69 because that sounds nice, right? And there's an average sale of about 20 boxes per day. So daily, that's about, what, $1,400 or so of capital just flowing through Jump to Lightspeed normal boxes. And then we take a look at the carbonite booster boxes. And I think there's less than 100 carbonite boosters. When I checked earlier, there were less than 100 available. About 14 of them were selling per day on average. But here's the thing. Those boxes are selling for around $240 to $250 on average, which is a lot more than $69. So when you do the math, it comes out to like about $3,400, $3,500 per day. So, at face value, when you see that there's 20 boxes of the normal thing selling per day and 14 of the carbonite, you'd think that the normal one is more popular. And yes, technically there is more of it selling. There is more of the normal booster box selling. But when you're a store owner, when you're an online seller, an LGS owner, or if you're part of distribution and part of the company that makes the game, raw numbers of sales is not the only thing you care about. You also care a great deal about the total profits being brought in and the percentage of sales that those boxes can contain. No, that's not the right phrase. Percentage of sales that they are. Man, I'm so bad with my words. I'm too dumb to make a YouTube channel. This is stupid. I need to go back to preschool. I'm going to go preschool, grade school, middle school, high school, college. I'm going to get my college degree starting from the very beginning, and then I'll try this whole YouTube thing again. Sound good? Sound good. So, anyway, what I was trying to say was that as a percentage of the total sales, they are viciously skewed. in the carbonite booster box's favor. Why is that? Well, because, yeah, 14 is a lower number than 20, but there's only 100 carbonite boxes available versus the over 400 available. So when you look at the percentages, there's a bit of a discrepancy there. More to the point, in terms of raw numbers of sales, the actual money being brought in is very different. If you're an LGS owner and you could sell 20 boxes for $1,400 or 14 boxes for 3,500 boxes, which one would you choose? Be honest. Be honest with me. Which one would you choose? Yeah, it's the second number, right? The bigger number. Bigger number is better for business. And stores are going to consider that. They're going to think about things like that when they determine what they're going to buy in the future. And distribution's going to consider things like that. When distribution thinks about what products they want to get from the company in the future. And the company is going to think about that when they consider what products to print in the future. So there's a whole chain of intrigue and interest going on here when it comes to just looking at the raw sales. And obviously, I want to get this right out there. Obviously, there's more to it. A company could really just like the normal booster boxes. They could have reasons for not wanting to push hard into the collector box territory, but let's just face it, there is strong evidence on the market just for this one set alone that adding an additional layer of collector boxes to your product does do a bit of harm to the overall state of your average box's market value price, because these boxes are being pushed down. I hate to say it, but yeah, like the average booster box price for the Journey Jump to Lightspeed set, those prices are being pushed down by the availability of collector booster boxes. Because if you're a consumer, you're going to want the most bang for your buck. And obviously not everybody's going to have $250 to drop on a collector booster, right? But if you have the option to choose a slightly more expensive product with better pulls, or the cheaper product but with less valuable pulls in it, assuming you could afford one or the other, assuming you have the money for either or, you're going to go for the option that's going to be the best bang for your buck, right? Come on, be honest with me. Come on, you gotta be honest with me. You as the consumer want what's best for you as the consumer, and the stores want what's best for the stores. Distribution wants what's best for distribution. The company wants what's best for the company. So when you introduce incentive into that mix, if you remove the dynamic of one box, one price point, and change it to a dynamic of two boxes, two price points, two value sets, and this is not two, this is four. Two boxes, two price points, two value sets for what you can pull, you suddenly introduce a lot of options for both store and consumer to consider when it comes to what they want to try and acquire. And I've seen what this does to Magic the Gathering, and unlike Magic the Gathering, Star Wars Unlimited does not have 30 years of history to cannibalize when it comes to making their own expensive box products. So I do think that there is maybe not huge cause for concern, because obviously this is just a case of, boxes coming out and one being more desired than the other. And that's fine. But it should ring some alarm bells that they even did this in the first place. And if you are someone who cares a lot about Star Wars Unlimited, maybe, just maybe, you should also be concerned about the carbonite boosters and their effect that they could be having on your game. That's all I really want to say here. So I'm going to leave it at that, just because, I don't want to sound like a broken record and say that Star Wars Limited isn't doing that hot. Because, box price aside, from what I can tell, Star Wars Unlimited is doing really good right now. The tournament numbers appear to be up across the board. There seems to be some nice meta diversity. There's a lot of you guys in the comment section every time I make a Star Wars Unlimited video telling me that I'm wrong about Star Wars Unlimited, so that's nice too. But more to the point, Star Wars is, for better or worse, still a pretty popular IP. Maybe not the best health for an IP at the moment, but it is very much a popular IP. And I think that kind of reflects on the card game. People want the card game to succeed because if you're a Star Wars fan right now, you just kind of want a victory. Not a lot of good coming else. Not a lot of good coming out of other Star Wars properties right now, right? No good video games, no good TV shows, no good movies in a long time. So yeah, you kind of want the card game to be good, right? And that's, neither here nor there. That's just my opinion on the matter. But yeah, I just wanted to sit down and chat with you guys about the current state of the collector boosters, carbonite boosters. You know what I'm talking about. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, share, subscribe. Something I'm forgetting. Share the video with a friend. There we go. Boom. That's all I got for you kids. Have a great day.